And Selma says, hey, Bradley, I just noticed I misspelled with Bradley, meaning I wanted to ask, why do you create some websites and subdomains instead of subdirectories? Wouldn't it be better to use the root domain authority to rank subdirectories? That's a good question, Anselmo. It's a great question, actually. Well, here's the reason. Yes, subdirectories usually perform a little bit better than subdomains, but then you open yourself up to being slapped, because if the domain catches a penalty, you'll lose all sites that are on subdirectories. They'll all go down. If you catch a penalty or you get de-indexed, all of your sites will be down, every one of them. If you do them on subdomains, if you catch a penalty on the root domain, you'll lose all the subdomains. But if you catch a penalty on any one of the subdomains, it's isolated to that subdomain and that subdomain only. So I've always used subdomain sites instead of subdirectory sites, because just as kind of a security measure, right? It's to mitigate the risk in case of a penalty. So I always like to use subdomains for that. And by the way, you can still accrue authority and relevance to a root domain through subdomains. It's not quite the same or as effective as if you do them through subdirectories, but it is still effective. So if you build a bunch of sites, let's say you stick with like felling.pro is the root domain that I'm going to use for most of these lead gen sites as part of the DHA program, because it's felling.pro, and felling is the entity for tree removal. Go look it up in Wikipedia, and felling.pro is short, succinct. It makes sense. It's a fabulous domain for this type of a project. And so county.felling.pro is how I'm building these sites. And over time, as I build more and more of them and build more links to them, and etc., it will increase the authority and relevance of felling.pro, so that when I deploy another subdomain site in a new area, each time I do that, it will take less time and less effort for it to perform, because over time I build authority to that and accrue authority and strength and relevance to that domain, if that's clear. And each subsequent domain or subdomain that you build on that will instantly inherit some of that authority. That's clear. All right.